Hi, I'm Aakriti Kumar. I'm 29 years old and I run a business called Differniture where I create handmade furniture using discarded waste wood. So Differniture started off with my love for woodworking. A lot of wood was getting used once and then discarded, either getting thrown away or getting sold as firewood, and it was really good species and perfectly good material that could be used again. So I took this opportunity to pick up that material and convert it into sculptural furniture that I do now. I literally went around the markets to see what was available. The first piece of reclaimed material that I came across was shipping containers that came from Southeast Asia for automotive parts. So they were these big, huge crates made out of plywood and pine wood. Once the component was removed, the material would be discarded. And I also started looking for trees that used to fall in storms, old homes that were getting renovated, their floorboards, their beams, their structures. For indoor furniture, I like to focus on specific species of wood. Trees like pine wood, different kinds of plywood, even shisham or other kinds of wood can be used indoors. For outdoor, I like to use more hardwoods, like there's acacia, there's eucalyptus. Shisham can also be used, teak as well. Depending on the grain and the color of the natural wood, I like to use it in different applications. Along with being an eco-friendly company, we also use natural oils and finishes. No polishes, nothing toxic which has polyester in it. When trees fall down in storms or they have to be cut down if they're leaning on houses or falling onto power lines, that's when I get in touch with people who collect them in lots and auction them out. So at that point, I pick up the species that I think will be good for my work. They all have their own sizes, their own structure, they have nail marks, they have screw indentations, imperfections as you may call them. But enhancing those in the furniture is something that I like to do. I don't like to hide the past lives of these products. As much as one likes to try and create minimal waste during the production phase, there are still certain leftover, very small, insignificant pieces that get left behind. As of a year ago, I started focusing on this new collection which I call tessellate, which basically means you take one geometric shape and then you replicate it a bunch of times to create a more complex pattern for a wide variety of tabletops and chairs. A lot of these logs that fall down in colonies and in areas around Delhi, for example, they get picked up and put into big lots. They auction out the lots and then people just pick them up. They would hack them down into small pieces, take them to villages, use them as firewood. So that also got me thinking about that, okay, I'm picking up this waste, but there is still a need of the firewood element. So the next project that I'm focusing on is to create cabins in the mountains up in the Himalayas. So I've already done a sample house and it's all using the same ideology, the same eco-friendly approach. This got me thinking about the waste that one doesn't really think about as much. So that's like the sawdust that comes out of production phase. I'm already in the prototyping stage. We're using sawdust and creating fire starter bricks. We're going to give these bricks back to the villagers that are around. These days, furniture has taken a different direction. It's more about picking up online, having it for a short duration, and then moving on to the next thing, which also entails having low cost in the production as well as the final product and final price. I like to focus on this idea of creating furniture as an heirloom, something that you'll have with you for a longer time. Something that you pass on from generation to generation, something that's not going anywhere anytime soon. The beauty of using something that's been discarded and is an extremely rewarding experience. Even though I don't cut down my own trees to make furniture, I wanted to plant trees. So whenever I build a product or I sell a product, I plant a tree.